And so, on some stats, South African musician TYLA has broken out across the globe and is now one of the most streamed South Africans, according to current stats, with over 3 million monthly listeners, a US Billboard top 10 song, and one of the fastest songs to reach over 10 million streams on Spotify South Africa. But starting with Billboard, TYLA's single Water made an entry into the top 10 US Afrobeats chart on Billboard, moving 27 positions up from the previous week, as it previously held the 37th position, making it a very significant moment from a South African perspective, as international Afrobeats charts of that nature are usually dominated by industry-leading artists, which are usually from Nigeria, and it is often very difficult to penetrate your way into the top 10 of that chart, as the only way to enter the top 10 is to have a global hit song, which is exactly what TYLA's Water has proven out to be, as the song currently has over 20 million combined streams, with almost 13 million of those streams coming from Spotify alone in just over 2 months. But her best performing month by far has to be September, as her streams had an insane spike, going from just over 18 million total streams and over 141 daily streams at the beginning of the month to over 30 million total streams and over 1 million streams per day, all in the space of just 19 days. To put that into perspective, Casper Nyovest and Nasty C's albums both had a combined debut of about 950,000 plus streams, whereas TYLA is doing over 100,000 streams more than those albums combined. And she doesn't even have an album yet. Her listeners also moved from 800,000 to over 3 million, gaining over 2 million people in just 19 days. And when you look into the geographics, the numbers get even more impressive, all the way in Brazil, Australia, Europe, and the States, with over 22,000 people in Los Angeles, 12,000 in Dallas, 11,000 in Miami, 11,000 in Houston, 19,000 in Atlanta, 14,000 in Washington, 19,000 in Brooklyn, 15,000 in Chicago, with Montreal and Toronto in Canada having a combined 50K. And that includes 17,000 in Sao Paulo and 10,000 in Rio in Brazil. She also has 11,000 in Perth, Australia, 26,000 in Melbourne, and 34,000 in Sydney, 20,000 in Brisbane, and 18,000 in Auckland, New Zealand. In Europe, she has over 80,000 monthly listeners in London, 9,000 in Lisbon, Portugal, 19,000 in Dublin, 37,000 in Paris, 16,000 in Copenhagen, 26,000 in Oslo, another 35,000 in Stockholm, and 18,000 in Berlin. And those numbers just keep on going. Some other noteworthy places include Dubai and Tokyo, having 2,000 and 3,000 respectively. Whereas for the first time for a South African artist that Zanzi A-listers has actually tracked, we just realized that TYLA has more people in Europe than she has in South Africa, with European cities having more numbers than South African cities. And that is because cities like London have more people than Johannesburg, when she has only 45,000 and 20,000 in Pretoria, 27,000 in Cape Town, and another 14K in Durban, whereas Lagos leads the entire African continent, coming at around 63,000, Abuja at about 15K, and 17,000 in Accra, Ghana. She has 11,000 in Kampala and over 46,000 in Nairobi, Kenya, which also has more numbers than Johannesburg. Actually just showing that TYLA has blown up outside of the country more than she has in this country. And that becomes even more clearer when you look at the countries with the most improvements in terms of monthly listeners, as the US, UK, and Nigeria are in the top. The same goes for radio play, as the UK leads South Africa with surprising plays from New Zealand as well. The song also got helped by its dance challenge on TikTok, which has proven to be popular, with over 180,000 videos which were made either dancing to the challenge or with a song in it. Something worth noting is that TYLA is signed to an American label, being Epic Records, which is a subsidiary of Sony Music, aka a major, as it is one of the only 3 major record labels in the whole world. And that does count, because TYLA is currently playlisted on playlists which has a reach of almost 70 million people. and this is over 850 playlists, and not just playlists but global playlists, which is a move that only a major record label can pull out. She has also been on a European tour with Chris Brown and supported Tinashe's performance as well, including a seat next to Kim Kardashian at a European show.
This illiterate reality star who bailed on an exam she was supposed to take last week made an empty threat to a designer that she would boycott them because the designer sat a model/singer next to the reality star who got all of the attention the reality star is used to having. That is Kim Kardashian, Dolce & Gabbana, and the model is TYLA. The related headline is South African beauty outshines Kim K during front row fashion show. Good for TYLA.
And the promotion includes Instagram pages, which is just clear marketing and promotion, which has seemingly caught the eye of certain people across the globe, as they've started noticing that TYLA is now popping up everywhere out of nowhere, with some people calling her a failed industry plant. But with such numbers in a short period of time, we're not sure if failed would be the word to use. But one thing for sure is that there is big money and dedication behind TYLA, which by far exceeds any South African act which has ever gotten signed by an American label. And the artist sponsor for this video is Crosswave with the song Uthando, which you can find the link to in the description as well as the socials.
Ubuthanda umuntu uthatha isikhathi emngani wami ukuze uqinise ukuthi uthando luyiqiniso